So this week my thoughts have been on outdoor music festivals and gorillas and bird feeders and babies. And even more recently, guns. Hang in there with me. So a couple weeks back, we had all of the news about the gorilla and the little boy at the zoo. And I'm not going to make comments on what should have happened or why and all of that. I'm a mom. I've had little toddlers. I know how quickly they can move. But there were some people very, very angry about the outcome of the situation, that the gorilla had to be killed. And some of the responses were very cruel, and were kind of murderous even in their response to human beings. I thought that was really interesting. And then here in Pittsburgh, we had this great outdoor music festival, arts festival, and we went one night, we went a couple of nights, and it always amazes me how total strangers, at the sound of the band, they stand up and they start clapping and enjoying the music and the sounds. And it's moving to see people be so free. And then just yesterday I was sitting on the front porch, and it's my favorite place to sit and read and in the morning, and the birds were coming in, and I thought, these little birds, I wish they would trust me. I wish they wouldn't be afraid when I move my hand or something and fly away. I wish I could see them more closely. And I thought it would just be so great if they felt at home with me that much. And I started thinking of all these things together. And I started thinking, it's like we hope for the kingdom of heaven. The gorillas will actually play safely with a toddler. That they wouldn't think of hurting it, and we wouldn't even have that thought. And that we could just sing and dance together, and not be concerned about, do I look okay in this outfit, and is the band good, and then the little birds, that they actually would sit in peace with us and trust us. And it just reminded me of what heaven will look like, I think. The Bible even talks about that, how the beasts of the field will lie down in harmony together. And I think we all will hang out together. Have you ever held a newborn baby? And as you're smelling their little head and holding them, and they're just in that stillness, that you feel like they have a piece of heaven that I'm not familiar with anymore. And I don't know how that all works theologically, but I've always felt that babies were just kind of freshly baked and straight out of God's oven. And then as they get older, they lose that familiarity with angels. And I don't think it's gas that makes them smile. To put all these pieces together, it makes me wonder, what if we're missing the point entirely? What if in all of the sadness, the violence that hits our nation, when people are gunned down because we disagree with them or have hatred in our heart, we don't know what to do with all of that. And it makes us so sad and it wrecks us. But what if it is eternity in our heart crying out? What if it is that reminder that we are built with the kingdom of heaven in sight and in view, but we have these barriers between us, and it brings us great grief, and we groan like a woman trying to give birth, knowing that this life is in them and it needs to come out. What if eternity is in our hearts? And we've got to get to the other side of it. And we've got to figure out and struggle with it. How do we get that kingdom to come here? Gorillas, music festivals, bird feeders, and even guns. How's it all fit together?